Wandering in our lives has been seen as a very negative thing. To wander, to be lost. A lot of times they say that the man is lost in the wilderness, he can't find his way. And that itself has been perceived as a negative thing for you to wonder. You're not supposed to wonder. But a lot of times the answer to a lot of things we see in life is actually in wandering, in grouping in the dark, in trying to find your way out of this darkness. To understand this a little bit more is to understand the very antithesis itself of the meaning of wandering. A lot of times we celebrate running with direction. We gotta run. We gotta run to the finish line. We have to win. And a lot of times the curse in running with direction itself is something that we do not see. And I will unpack this for you in three key ways. When you run a race of precision, the rules border you and quadron you into a set pattern, and your life is determined only by a set of goals. We know that in life, there are no rules. The man that wins is usually sometimes not the man that starts at the right time. It's sometimes not the man that had all the rules and all the equipment to run the race. Sometimes the race is won outside of the rules. So when you run with precision, you already start to kill yourself. But the man that wanders, he wanders into a space where he's borderless. He has no rules. He's just grouping out there, searching for what he can get. Number two, when you run a race with precision, you run with one goal in mind: to get to the finish line, to run the fastest. When you have one goal in mind, it limits you. And running with precision does that. But the man that wanders, grouping through everything, he has no restrictions. He has no restrictions at all. That is the man that wanders. He doesn't have one goal in mind, but he knows that every opportunity, every breakthrough through that darkness could be his finish line, could be his victory. So he's wandering with thirst, with energy, and he's wandering. He's not running a race of precision. And that's not to say that the man that wanders doesn't have vision. He's got a vision to get out of his darkness. As a matter of fact, he sometimes has more vision and more energy than the man that is running on the tracks. Because when you are wandering, your life depends on it. You have no set of goals, nothing that restricts you, but you know you got to get out of there. That is the man that wanders. Now, when you run, it also is defined by running with one set of tools: your legs. A lot of times, our legs. It has to be our legs. It has to be us that is running the race. It has to be our tools. We know that in life that is not true. A lot of times the greatest victories, the greatest outcomes, the greatest result comes by leveraging other people, by leveraging other systems, other things that you don't have of your own personal benefit or is not available to you. It's about leveraging other people to run the race. And that's not to say that you're using people, but you're leveraging what you don't have to drive scale, to drive energy, to drive reach. It's not by your legs. A race limits you to my legs. My leg. It doesn't have to be yours. It can be another set of skills that you don't have. It can be another channel. It doesn't have to be analog. It can be digital. It doesn't have to be traditional. It can be unconventional, But when you define the race of precision by your legs, you want to run. That itself is going to limit you. It's going to hold you back. And I tell you that the wanderer has the greatest, the wanderer is in this dark. He's grouping. It's not about his leg. He's crawling. He's using his knees. He's using his body. He's rolling all over his back, trying to find a hole, trying to find a way in. The wanderer uses the entire body. His entire body part is working. Now, the guy that wanders is the powerful guy. He's not the guy that runs the race. Believe me, the race of precision kills us. It's the very race of precision that surrounds us, that suffocates us into a straitjacket. And a lot of time, that's how we've lived our lives. We gotta live our lives like the wanderer, using all parts of our bodies, crawling, weeping, gnashing, trying to find a way through with your head. He's the boxer in the ring that's not just limited to kickboxing, but he can use his head, he can use his hand, he can hit you out there. The wanderer is the man we need to think like. The race of precision, finally, and probably the most important, is run in a stadium where there are spectators everywhere, watching, spectating, and cheering you on. And a lot of times you get your energy from this crowd of witnesses all around, watching you race. And that spurs you on with energy and you run. A lot of times we know that the energy and the crowd and the cheering we hear from the crowd is ephemeral. It doesn't last. It's pretentious. It's not real. It's only for the moment in time. And when you run a race, you build your energies from that. That's what lifts you up. That's what gives you your zeal. But the wanderer, the man that wanders, he's got no crowd. It's a dark world out there. The race is defined and determined by him. If he must win, it's not because there is a man cheering for him. It's not because there are thousands of people. The wanderer has to dig deep. The victory for the wanderer is from within. It's from inside. It's summoned from the tensions and from the pains that he's gone through. It's like the woman in the labor room. She might have the doctors cheering her on and telling her to push. Her husband might even be there. But she knows that this battle with this baby coming out is determined and defined by only her and her alone. She might look at them, but it's her. She is the wanderer in the dark, trying to give life to the unbirthed. And that is the wanderer. He summons energy from inside, knowing that it all depends on him. So, the next time you are tempted to run, and you want to run a race, rethink about it. Take off those shoes, Nikes, Adidas's, whatever they are. Take off the tracksuits. Get on your knees and start to wander. Your victory lies in wandering and not in running races. I'll see you at the finish line. Africa has a name, and it's yours.